knockout L's, he's trying to show that age just provides experience. His opponent is nearly a decade younger and has to have a simple strategy. Just keep this fight on his feet. Green will look to use his striking strategy to avoid at the mat at all costs.
Good idea. Keep working our way up the pay-per-view to the women's strawweight division. Claudia Gadelha v. Alexa Grasso. Gadelha challenged for the 115 belt back in 2016, but hasn't been consistent recently. The Brazilian's traded wins and losses in her last 5 fights, but Grasso's alternated W's and L's in her last 6. The 26-year-old Mexican has gone to decision in 7 of her last 8 bouts. We've got even odds here.
A decision is exactly how Home Pennington ended in 2015. That's not how Raquel plans on unfolding it this time. This bantamweight co-main event will likely prove to be exciting as all get up, considering that these two have zero qualms trading haymakers. Raquel Pennington is hoping to use this opportunity to get back into title contention. Matter of fact, she just broke a 2-fight losing streak, while Home is officially in the Joe Flacco realm of everyone wondering if she's elite.
And if you haven't heard, Conor McGregor is back. Our main event at welterweight, and it's opposite Donald Cerrone. Conor famously was the UFC's first to simultaneously hold belts in multiple weight classes, those at featherweight and lightweight in 2016. Cowboys 0-4 fighting for gold under the UFC and WEC banners, 29-9-1 in those promotions otherwise. No belt at stake here, but Conor's focus was apparent in this recent sit-down with Ariel Helwani.
Well, I said I'd fight him, right? I mean, me and Donald have had a history, a long history. Well, not a long history, but we've had a history. It's an exciting bout. It's a fan-friendly bout. It's a fight that excites me, and it's a fight that I said I'd partake, and I appreciate it. I appreciate Donald, I have to say. You know, he's fought a lot of times, and since the last time I saw him at that Aldo press conference many years ago. He's gone on and fought so many times. He's also a family man, and with his grandmother and these things. I appreciate that, and I respect that, and I also respect the method he went about with the proper whiskey. And you know, so much work goes into these things, and to see that bit of respect, I appreciate that, and I look forward to having a good bout.
So the opponent and the weight was your decision ultimately, right? You could have made this at 155.
I'm underweight right now, so.
How much do you weigh on this Friday before the fight?
I'm underweight. I'd say 160 and a bit.
So why not make him...
I know, I could have. I just don't think he looks well at 155, right? He does not look well at 150. He's a 170 fighter.
So don't you want him to suffer on the way to the...
Why would I want someone to... I don't care. No, I could beat him if he fought. I'd beat him any bleeding. I'd beat him at any weight. I'd beat him when he bleeding. You know what I mean? I'd beat him if I had the flu.
Right.
So, like, I don't need... You know what I mean? I don't need that. I just want to focus on my training and keep me sharp. And, you know, I don't got to cut and then build and then cut. It's not... You know, I'm happy where I'm at. And also, 170 is an exciting one for me. I like 170. I like what's going on in the 170 division at the minute. You got Jorge with that belt. You got the other guys with fighting for the belt. And I like all what's going on at 170. And I feel good at 170. I feel energetic. It's what I weigh. It's what I weigh. And that's it. So it opens up so many more options, right?
So you're done at 155?
No, I'm not done at 155. No, hey, I could make 155 this fight, no problem. But I just want to go in fresh and as it is. Let the fight play as it is, and then open up all my options.
Tail of the tape working well for Conor. I would like a tail of the tape on my co-host because my man got a chance to show off what his personal all-hands buffet has to offer. Phil Murphy, Lethal Hands, coming up next.
That's my walk. I created that walk. I made that walk.
Did I just see Mark Gasol do the Conor McGregor walk? That's the Spanish McGregor walk.
You see the Conor McGregor strut right there. That became a theme for the Cowboys.
All the guys had fun doing his strut.
I'm top bill, something different from the gates. Bill Ram tough, you can see it in the greats.
And he's got the Conor McGregor walk going.
Get their hands, get the moving, it's the time and the place.
Swinging some arms a la McGregor.
It's not every day you have an icon like that here, and it's had a little fun with that.
Vince McMahon must be pissed. I stole that walk, and that walk is now mine.
Pulling that off on ice is something special, and swagger is paramount if you're going to do that McGregor walk. And that swagger is what built up his legend.
Conor held much of his stateside training at the UFC Performance Institute at company headquarters. The PI is a sight to behold. Their staff strutted their stuff for us in my recent trip to Las Vegas. So I'm here with James Kimball, Vice President of Operations here at the UFC Performance Institute. So James, what is it that you guys do here?
Well, at the UFC Performance Institute, we are a high-performance training center for all UFC athletes on the roster. The facility itself is about 30,000 square foot. We have a team of high-performance experts across strength and conditioning, nutrition, physical therapy, and sports science.
All right, let's check out what you guys got going on.
All right. Fueling station here.
Wow.
So pre and post workout athletes can grab whatever they may need to help support fueling for training. Through here is our recovery zone. This is a whole body laser light therapy bed. There's infrared light bulbs.
Hop in there and get a tan?
Yeah, exactly. We usually use that joke, but it is not a tan.
Oh, that's not original?
I know. But these infrared light bulbs will penetrate your skin and reduce inflammation on a cellular level. It'll just help manage your soreness and inflammation. This is an underwater treadmill.
Oh, wow.
Now, the purpose of this is to put athletes underwater to create buoyancy and offload some of their weight. A great example is Thiago Santos. After his fight with John Jones over the summer, double knee surgery, came to us the very next day after his surgeries, stayed with us for 3 months, came to us in a wheelchair, and this is part of his rehab progression. You know, if you can shave a month or several weeks off of a recovery time for an athlete, that may mean that they can take an additional fight throughout the year. Now you're getting into the training zone. You have the weight room to your right, physical therapy clinic to the left.
James, you said you had a lot of say in the layout of this facility. What was it that inspired this single-team mindset of having the rehabilitation center so close to the full active training area?
Some performance centers, NBA teams, NFL teams, maybe they'll have a PT clinic, but maybe it's tucked around a corner because athletes are injured, they're contagious, stay away. For us, we want to change that mindset, and even if you're injured or you're doing something preventative in the physical therapy clinic, you're part of this environment, you're part of the team.
This is where, presumably, it all comes together.
This is the octagon. So it is a really nice feature. This is exact to competition. We actually have event lighting that we can do around the octagon as well and give them that close to competition feel.
Blackout, walkout, can we arrange that?
We can even pump noise, crowd noise
I was
into it,
kidding.
and we've done that. I'm not, and we've done that a couple times, believe it or not. We have 4K cameras around the octagon to where we can do instantaneous film review. So if a coach is working with an athlete and they're drilling a certain move, they can pause it, rewind, annotate on it, telestrate on it to understand what type of processes they're going through. There's not a ton of technology in the combat sports space, but one of the tools that we do utilize is this unit here, which is called a power cube. Essentially, this can measure the force and then the reaction time of a single strike. So I think what we're going to do here is have you try to beat the record that actually Francis Ngannou, who is training in the octagon right now.
Yes.
Now, he hit 129,000 Franklins.
A lot of technology, right, but this sport comes down to punching people in the face.
That's it. I think we're ready to go. That's not a bad number.
I want to try and get 30.
Dude, there we
All
go.
right.
34,000.
I have some work to do to catch Francis, so I think I might be back to train with you guys.
Yeah, I think you scheduled at 1 o'clock.
Got some time. James, thanks so much.
for coming through.
Incredible what you have going on here.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thank you.
They didn't tell me I was doing that beforehand.
On the spot.
James said it was good. I don't know, man.
Listen.
Ngannou was sitting 20 feet from me.
Right. See, that's the thing. I would ask that James just not compare me to the brother that could probably feel like a freight train hitting my jaw. Just leave me out of any comparisons with an individual.
But it was fun. Hey, we got fun this weekend. Coverage of our main card begins at 3 a.m. on BT Sport Box Office. Get up early, stay up late, however you do it, just get caffeinated. If you care enough about the UFC to watch this show, a Conor McGregor pay-per-view is a must-see. This quintet runs 19 pounds, 95. It is a fine card, but there's no question who tops the marquee. Conor v. Cowboy. We take one final look.
People have this perception of Conor McGregor. Fans know when a guy is a real fighter. I've never seen anything like Conor.
Yeah, and once again, he's here to remind you all that he is ready to go at any moment's notice. So as we look forward to this here main event, if I were to offer my prediction, I think this bad boy stays standing up, and that favors Conor, and we're going to ride out with McGregor in his return.
Fine prediction, Trev, and I tend to agree. His bladed stance could get him in trouble with leg kicks from Cerrone, but Cerrone, in his career against UFC-level competition, just 4-9 against southpaws. Wrong southpaw against which to struggle as Conor McGregor finishes this in the second or third round. He's Trev. I'm Phil. Enjoy the fight.
Conor's serious trouble. Back mount. He's got it. It's under the neck.
There's the tap. Still undisputed. Khabib Nurmagomedov has finished Conor McGregor tonight.
When we saw him fight Khabib, he fell short. It's really that simple. When skill versus skill, he fell short.
We see him in the news for the wrong reasons, not for being in the octagon, actually winning fights.
What's he fighting for at this stage? He's won some titles, he's won plenty of money. So at 30, with the second kid on the way, what would be driving him to do this again?
Conor may or may not ever fight again. Who knows?
He ruled the world, not just UFC, the world. He reached for the stars and he made it happen. It was magical.
History has been made.
I don't see that same focus.
This sport is my life. This is what gave me this life. And I must not go down that path, the cliche of the fighter that has it all and then leave it all behind in ruins. That's not who I am. I must get my head screwed on and just get back in the game and fight for redemption, retribution, respect, and that's what I will do.
Perfect world, when would you like to see him come back in against you?
Listen, him and Cowboy want to fight.
These two have been talking about fighting for a while here.
This fight is nearly half a decade in the making.
Conor has no right coming over to 55. There's no way he's not going to stand a chance. We're too big for him. We're too strong. Too slow and too stiff. I'd snap you in half. Listening to this joker talk, we all just sit back here and laugh. Another broke, jealous bitter for you.
It's official. Those guys are going to fight at 170 here in Vegas.
That is a mega fight.
Both of those guys who are true characters in the game, both are excellent strikers.
Oh my goodness! Donald Cowboy Cerrone, the all-time leader in wins, the all-time leader in finishes.
If Cerrone wins, now you get this guy who went from already being a big star to being a superstar.
And Conor, he's at the point in his career right now where a win is a must.
I'm going to go out there and give it a hell like I always do. I'm not going to try and wrestle him. I'm going to stand and give you all what you want to see. I know what I can do. I've done it before when I was doubted. I'm eager to do it again. There's so many stories of this over and over again, and mine is going to be the greatest one of all.
Sponsored by Bet365.
Set your alarms early for a double header of Big Bash cricket. First up, it's Hurricane Strikers, and that's followed by Heat Renegades in Brisbane.
It's great under the lights here.
Yeah.
Night match under the lights,
Yeah.
brilliant. I don't know why it is about the winter. But cold nights in the winter under the lights, fantastic. Can't beat it. The crowd singing.
With AI, we can protect what we can't see.
Snow leopards are almost impossible to find, but we need to know where they are because they are threatened. Our camera traps allow us to have an eye in the mountains, taking thousands of pictures. Microsoft AI scans through all these images and separates snow leopards from everything else. In 10 minutes instead of 10 days, it gives us time to do better research and save this threatened species.
I love riding my bike. I love my dog, my tiny baby. I love to teach. I love all my little Einsteins.
Express your identity with the new Pandora Birthstones collection.
Bombshell is nominated for 3 Academy Awards and 3 BAFTAs, including Charlize Theron for Best Actress and Margot Robbie for Best Supporting Actress. Bombshell, in cinemas now.
Like that, Brooks, I'm big into sport. Pick that one out.
If you're big into sport, Ladbrokes have a big offer for you.
Bet £5 and get £20 in free bets when new Ladbrokes customers use promo code 20FREE.
Right, who wants